Hello everyone, we are so excited because we are just a few days away from staying on the maiden voyage of Galactic Starcruiser March 1st through 3rd. I am super pumped about this. One of us is more excited than the other by a little bit.
Just a little.
Would you guess which
Just
one?
a little bit. I have been looking forward to this since, they first originally announced the concept of it. We had a conversation about it way back then, and I was like, hey, we're going to do this. And then whatever we do here with this, however much it costs, you can spend that on your choice of thing. But this is my thing for like life right here, because Galactic Starcruiser is kind of a Star Wars nerd's dream. It is getting to live in the Star Wars universe for a couple days on a ship, even though they had to clarify somehow in the FAQs that you're not actually going to space. They are simulating it, but we're going to go to space in this ship. It's essentially a cruise in the Star Wars universe, which is just incredible. And actually, that's why we've been taking a lot of cruises lately.
Yeah.
And shameless plug for all of our cruise vlogs. You can go check those out on the channel. Yeah, we've been having a lot of fun cruising with Disney Cruise Line. We've just been doing that to prepare for Galactic Starcruiser. That's the only reason we've been doing it. Now, Disney has been releasing a ton of footage and pictures and all that stuff for Galactic Starcruiser the last few days, getting everyone super hyped about it, and they brought in a bunch of media people to come in and give their opinions. They're officially releasing their opinions tomorrow as of this recording, so I will basically be avoiding the internet for the next few days until it's our turn to go on Starcruiser, because I hate spoilers, and I don't want any spoilers, especially for this, because we did pay a lot of money for this experience, and I want to get the full experience when we go. Of course, this video will have no spoilers in it, and when we do release our vlogs from Starcruiser, we will have a spoiler-free edition, and then we will have the version that shows everything, because we know a lot of you may have plans to go there in the future, and since you do, we want to have a spoiler-free option for you there.
We have been doing a ton of stuff to prepare for this. One of the things that I got to be in charge of was costumes, because if we're gonna do this, we're gonna go all out. I love dressing up for anything and everything, so we will be dressing up for this. I'm so excited, so be sure to watch the vlogs even just for that, because I promise it'll be worth it. But we're not going to spoil that ahead of time because we put a lot of work into this. We did get ours from Amazon, but there are specific costumes for Galactic Starcruiser that you can purchase on Shop Disney that only guests of Galactic Starcruiser can purchase. It's really awesome. You can look online and buy them up to 60 days before your cruise or up to 30 days after. But if you're one of those people like me, I really like to have options to see the sizing of things. They'll actually have all the same stuff on board. So we plan to do some shopping once we board Galactic Starcruiser, because we like to see things and feel them ahead of time.
And I have a feeling that in person they're going to have a lot of other merchandise. They've kind of previewed a little bit of it already, but all they really have online is some of the costuming and clothing. There are tons of other things in the promo release they did for the merchandise video. There's some jewelry, there's a pin, there's a magnet, there's a backpack, there's all that stuff. Kind of anything you would expect in a cruise line gift shop, I'm expecting to find here on Galactic Starcruiser, and potentially also take home with me, because this is a once in a lifetime thing. I want to have anything and everything that I want to remember it by, because I really don't want to have to go back to get something later. But if we did have to go back, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because as we've been finding out more about Galactic Starcruiser and the experience, it looks like there's going to be a few different options as far as which way your story can go. So based on how you interact with everything on the cruise and over on Batuu, you could either align with the Resistance or with the First Order, or as a scoundrel, which is kind of the neutral bounty hunter in between. So with the whole choose your own adventure thing, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. However, I also am kind of a completionist when it comes to that kind of thing, so I'm really going to want to go back and do the things that we didn't get to experience, but it's probably going to be a while before we're able to do that again.
Now, all of that will be done through the Play Disney app, so if you do have a stay coming up, that's the first thing you're going to want to do once you've made a reservation for Galactic Starcruiser. You'll want to download the Play Disney app. One of the things we have learned from using it in the past is that it drains your phone battery like crazy. So be sure you have a portable battery pack with you. You will need it, because we've been told everything will be on this app. We've actually already been able to see stuff in the app, which is awesome. Again, no spoilers ahead of time, but we can see our itinerary for the 3 days we'll be there, when we can arrive, when we have to leave. So we're very excited, because that's another fun hype thing that we get to look forward to.
Now, when you book Galactic Starcruiser, you do have to call in, and as we've been calling in to ask questions and stuff as it's been getting closer and closer, we've talked with cast members there at the call center, and all of them have actually stayed at Galactic Starcruiser for a test stay, so they have first-hand experience. They do not spoil anything, I appreciate that, but they've given us some really good insight. For example, they told us that even though we didn't have an Oga's Cantina reservation, we should probably make one because there may or may not be a special experience for those who are coming from Galactic Starcruiser. We also know that we're going to get a lightning lane for Rise of the Resistance and Smuggler's Run. They gave us a park pass to Hollywood Studios as well as a one-day ticket for that second day of the trip for an excursion over to Batuu, so we don't have to wait in line for Rise of the Resistance, which is really cool. And I was told that we should make sure we definitely ride Smuggler's Run because there is also a special experience there for the Starcruiser guests.
We did get our first email specifically for Galactic Starcruiser about a week and a half ago. We were kind of surprised we haven't heard from Disney for anything else except just now, especially about the Shop Disney, specific items we can get, things like that. So everything we've learned was either on the phone with cast members or just from social media that we found out. But hopefully they'll fix that because we do want everyone to know everything beforehand. The first email did tell us that we should download the Play Disney app, which we have already done, so we're set there. And it also gave us a deck plan for Galactic Starcruiser. I think this is incredibly helpful because you only get 3 days on the ship. You don't want to spend any time getting lost. So now we have an idea of where everything is before we even get on the ship.
And they've sent us a couple other emails since then as well. Things like the costuming guidelines. No, you cannot wear full Mandalorian armor with a helmet. There is nothing allowed to cover your face if you're over 14. So that was kind of a bummer because I was like, oh, I could totally do... No, I can't do anything like that. So thankfully that wasn't part of our costuming plans, but you can't do anything like that. They also include some information about dietary restrictions, which I thought was really interesting because we had to notate Alyssa's food allergy to artificial food coloring when we booked, and they said that's totally fine. We'll let you know more details on it as it gets closer, and they gave a little bit more detail in the email about that.
The first day we get on the ship, I am supposed to go to the main dining area and talk to a chef between 1 and 4 p.m. If I want anything plant-based though, I don't need to talk to a chef because that will be notated on the menu, but to make sure that they know I can't have food coloring, I am supposed to talk to one. We did get to talk to a cast member on the phone one of the times we called who also has an issue with food coloring, and she said there are many things I should be able to have even if they're colored, which is really exciting because I hate missing out on stuff, especially something special like this.
Yeah, with all the pictures they've come out with all the brightly colored foods and stuff, we were both very skeptical of her ability to eat anything on Galactic Starcruiser. We thought they might be bringing in, chicken tenders and fries. But according to that cast member we talked to, they are using a lot of natural colorings for the foods that they're coloring so brightly. So I'm kind of curious to see how that works out, and hopefully you'll get to experience all the same foods that we do.
And in the email we got yesterday from Disney, we got to learn about a new droid, D309. She sounds a lot like Alexa.
Yeah.
And we're very interested to find out if that's kind of what this is.
When I read about it, it's like from your stateroom you can call D309 up on this little screen and ask questions and stuff, and I was like, so like Alexa basically. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to go. It looks like they're also selling a droid in the gift shop that is the same size as the ones from Droid Depot. I also saw, totally unrelated to the droids, that they have a special lightsaber available on board. I'm not sure how that really fits with Star Wars canon and how building lightsabers came about, but it looks really cool, so I'm probably going to wind up with one of those lightsabers.
And speaking of lightsabers, we were advised not to book building a lightsaber or a droid during this time. There's nothing special for that, so save that for when you're not traveling off-world from Batuu.
Yeah, you're paying enough money for the time you have on Starcruiser. Spend that time on Starcruiser as much as possible. That is our plan. We're planning to go to Batuu, do the things that we're going to do, and get back over to the ship because that's what we're there for. We want to spend as much time as we possibly can there on the ship. We are so excited about so many different things with Galactic Starcruiser. There are so many different elements that are coming into play. I think what I'm most excited about is you hitting the like button down below on this video. Sorry, we have to do that. It's YouTube and we're obligated to do that in every video. I don't know why. Anyway, what I'm actually excited about is the kind of live action role playing aspect of it, the choose your own adventure game where I get to do something as a scoundrel, Alyssa may align more with the resistance or whatever happens, and getting to see how our experience changes based on the decisions we make. I think it's going to be a ton of fun and there's going to be a lot of other people there enjoying it with us. I'm really curious to see if it lives up to all the hype and if it's worth the money that we paid for this, because we know know it was not a cheap experience, but I have faith that it's going to be worth it. I'm really hopeful that it's going to be worth it, because if it is, I'm totally going to want to do it again, because again, I'm a completionist and want to do all those things over again. But hey, that means you get to do your own vacation again too, so that's totally win-win.
Yeah, and the thing I'm most excited about, honestly, is dressing up, because I love dressing up. And I don't have to cook for 3 days. I'm so thrilled about this. It's going to be amazing.
So keep an eye out for those vlogs coming up as we get onto Galactic Starcruiser. Of course, we're going to enjoy our time there, and as soon as we're done, we're going to get those videos out, spoiler-free versions, and then, of course, the full experience if you want to see those. Or, you know, don't, that's fine too. But if you do, just hit that red subscribe button down below the video so you can get notified when those videos do come out. Thank you so much for joining us today, and until next time.
May the Force be with you.